Hello and welcome to a not so awesome review. And today we're looking at The Batman Madness by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, the last of the three videos we're doing today. So once again, happy Halloween. Here we are, the final story. Once again, this is the Prestige issue, the original printing of the Batman Madness story, which you can find in the trade Batman Haunted Knight, which collects this story and the other two I've reviewed today. And in my last review I talked myself out of why Ghost was my favorite and why this one actually might be even better. And don't get me wrong, Ghost, the idea of the story and everything, I really liked, but this one is more of a complete story. Out of the other two, I think this is probably the best story in that collection. Now, we have a young Barbara who has just been adopted by Jim, and it's her first time in the city. She's seeing things for the first time. She wants to go out for Halloween. Jim doesn't want her to. He's a cop. We know how Gotham is, and he knows how dangerous it could be. And they have an argument at the table, and she ends up sneaking out, and the Mad Hatter's going around doing stuff and wants an Alice, and he finds her. He kind of saves her life, technically, so that's a good thing, but the rest of the stuff ain't a good thing, because, he's kidnapping children to relive his not relive, but live his fantasy of Alice in Wonderland. Parallel to the story, we have Batman in the beginning, who's actually fighting the Mad Hatter, gets injured and gets help from somebody that actually helped him when he was a kid, and he has a dream, or not a dream. He has more of a flashback, I guess you could say, because we find out that Batman doesn't like Mad Hatter, not just because, I should say, because he's crazy like the other villains and all the stuff, is that the story of Alice in Wonderland actually has meaning to him, and we find out that meaning in this flashback. It involves his mom reading him the book, and it actually is more on that. It's not just that she read him the book, it's, I don't want to spoil it, but it's when she read him the book and what happens going forward. And then how the person who actually saves his life as a grown-up as Batman, how she tried to help him later after his parents died, again with the story. And he even sits down at the end of the entire story here and starts to read the book. It's a good story, it really is. It shows, I think, a good whole, like, how Batman, like, why he likes the story of Alice in Wonderland, why he despises Mad Hatter for kind of taking it and twisting it and turning it into something evil. It shows a typical relationship between, a kid and a parent. And I'm not saying that everybody, argues with their parent, but it happens, and she runs away. It's something that's not, I'm not saying everybody does it, but it's something you would not be surprised of, I suppose, especially for somebody who's just like new in town. She doesn't feel like she fits in, and yeah, he gets worried. Jim Gordon gets worried. We get his story of him looking for her. We see some kids trick-or-treating and stuff, and it all converges when they go to take down the Mad Hatter. And it's a good story. It's a short story, it's a simple story, but at the same time, the flashbacks for Bruce, I think, is really, really good. I think finding out his history with the book Alice in Wonderland was done really well. The art, once again, is really good. Barbara Gordon's story is good. I really liked it. And on a note, she writes her inner monologue is written in cursive handwriting, and it's easy to read. I complained about that earlier in, I think, 3-4 reviews ago. I think it was the Batman Vampire one, and then Batman Year One. Or Batman and Dracula, just not Vampire, but Batman and Dracula and Batman Year One, that the handwriting isn't super easy to read. And I think a lot of it has to do with the way the book's printed and, how the handwriting is done. If it's done too close to each other, if it's done too small, if it's done a little bit sloppy, it's a little bit harder to read. Hers right here, the way it's written, is perfect. It was easy enough to read it without having to strain my eyes or anything like that, which I had to do with the other ones. So just want to put that out there, that the handwriting, easy to read. It's a good story. I really have nothing bad to say about it. It is done really well. The reason she sneaks out is because of Halloween. She wants to go out for Halloween. And, you know, what kid wouldn't want to go out for Halloween? I suppose. I probably wouldn't because I'm not big on the holiday. No, not big on it at all. Didn't do 13 videos for it or nothing. Actually, 16 videos, right? No, 14? 15. 15 videos. Anyways, that is my review for Batman Madness. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed these 13 Nights of Halloween videos I did. Would love to do videos consistently every day, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I might be able to post one for the next couple of days, but we'll see how it goes. I definitely have plenty of Batman stuff to review and other stuff to review. The thing is, reading it all and having time to record everything and edit everything and then put it up, it's a little time consuming. And although I would love to continue this, streak of 13 videos in a row, I don't know if I will be able to. By 13 videos in a row, I mean 13 days in a row. It's definitely, it's 15 videos because there's 3 today. Math. Math. But yeah, I got nothing else to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely recommend this one. I would give it a 5 out of 5. If you don't want to get the trade paperback for Haunted Knight, at the very least, pick up Batman Madness because it is a good story. I definitely recommend. If anybody likes backstory on Bruce, this is a good reason to get it. I'm not saying it's like a big thing, but I think they did a good job with it. And yeah, that's that. Once again, happy Halloween, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.